Alrighty guys, we are back. I took a couple day break at this point, and now we are back at it. I don't remember exactly how much I said in the last episode about this part that we're at, but we are basically at the point where we have to make a choice, and whenever I'm making choices in games, I always take it very seriously. I don't know how much this choice actually matters. I'm just worried about someone being locked out and not being able to come with us. So we know that we have this door, the fifth door, right? Or door number 5. We have to get the digital route 5 to enter. And then we have 4 as well. I believe this is 5, right? The other one's 4. I hope I do have that right. I guess if Ace and Lotus come with us as 9, and then we ourselves are 5, which would excuse me, which would put us at 14, which comes to the digital root of 5. So yeah, this must be door 5 for this to work. So, all right, we have to make a choice. Now, obviously, if we go with the first choice and we leave Snake and Seven and Santa and June, now that isn't everybody. This is just the people that work with us, right? Because that's 6 people, 7 including us. That leaves one person out. We don't. Yeah, Clover isn't in this list, I think. So, either way, we're leaving someone out. I'd rather leave Snake to be able to be with Clover since they seem to know each other. Sorry, I'm gonna cough again. Give me 1 second to clear my throat. Oh, man. Anyway. So I was trying to see if maybe some of the other numbers would equal the 4th door, but I don't know if it really matters. So if we assume that, like, if we do this first option, that's gonna leave 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4. Which would be 5 people, which means all of them might be able to go through the door if the digital route works out. So what would that be? That'd be 9, which is 18, plus 4, which is 22, which would be 4. So all of them would be able to go, right? If I took Ace and Lotus. Now, just to see, if I took Snake and 7, that would be 9, and then the same thing again. Which means that no matter who I pick between Ace and Lotus or Snake and 7, or any of these really, they should be able to open the other door, theoretically. As long as I'm thinking about this right. So I guess the choice doesn't matter. Now obviously I want Snake to stay back with Clover, ideally. I'm not a big fan of Santa, he seems kinda mean, but June knows our character and is probably a little more trustworthy. So I think I'm gonna go with Santa and June to come as well. So we'll make that choice.
Santa and June, you think you could give me a hand here?
I also raised the volume up a little bit for the game in general, and then specifically raised the voice acting a tad. I had a friend check out the first episode, and he was making that recommendation. So you'll notice that the voice acting is a little louder now. The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Wait, there was a pun? Crap. Santa and June, you think you can give me a hand here? Wait, what? Oh, give me a hand here. I get it. Okay. Alright. I also learned that you can read back to previous conversations using the mouse wheel, so that's cool. Alright. Well, Santa and June lifted their left hand silently. He verified and she followed suit. By the way, I also want to point out, I don't think I said it before. I said it to my friend in chat after I got done playing, But I don't fully believe that Nine is dead. He never got a nickname, but I have the anime logic where I need to see their dead body, you know, their head on a spike, before I truly believe that they are dead. So we will see once we get through this door, I suppose, if his body is still there. Alright.
5 plus 3 plus 6 is 14.
Right.
The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. This
Right.
should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side. You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. I don't know why were those different lines. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, that's blood, isn't it? There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Now, I don't even know if they can all go in the same door. I might have been mistaken, but I thought it was only 3 to 5 people can go in, but maybe only 3 to 5 people can use the actual, like, console panel, so. Lotus and Ace shuddered. Seven grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Oh, jeez. Oh, my. Alright. That's some blood, alright. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. Don't fall in the blood! As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. Oh, okay, so they didn't go in. Alright. She crumpled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arms around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake.
Alright, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as he could, he set her down in it.
How are you feeling? Are you alright?
By the way, we still didn't see Nine's body. We saw a bunch of blood and torn flesh and stuff. That does not mean it is Nine that actually blew up, so still not trusting anything. She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
God, my throat tonight, guys, I'm sorry. Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there. 7 pairs of down... What? 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines from mouths. Oh, I guess pairs of eyes. Okay, I see. I just read 7 pairs. I thought it was talking about the group as a general. I'm like, that's not 7 pairs. That'd be 14 people. I see. Pairs of eyes. June's body shook with a silent sob, or with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
A said what each of them had been
That
thinking.
means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
7's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up! Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood. Oh.
Now, they keep saying they saw the corpse, yet it only ever shows us as the viewers the blood. So, was it only the blood they saw, or did they actually see a corpse? I don't know.
Blood and pieces of
Yeah.
flesh.
So I don't know if it was actually a corpse. The dark reddish black pool of blood, the scattered pieces of flesh, organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
There's no way for a person to die.
The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Oh, so they actually see his body then? If they can see that his neck has been twisted? Okay. So I guess I will say that he's probably dead at this point. Alright. Half of his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Eyebrows went up, and Santa continued.
He probably set off some sort of trap, and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
I bet the way to disable the bomb, you needed more people in the room. You needed a digital route that he wasn't able to do by himself, or something, you know? Or some kind of puzzle, I guess. He might not have figured out, but it's possible the key to surviving this game is like sticking together and like having people with you to be able to do those digital routes. Snake, you creeped me out, man. Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find it particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The 9th man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Is the rule that he didn't go in with at least 3 people, maybe? I guess they'll probably tell us the rule.
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
Right, that's what I thought he said. Okay, so I was right on that. So not everyone can pass through the door once it's open. Or else you get punished, I suppose, in that manner.
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said, "Oh shit, we have to know this? that only 2 people can go through, that everyone who verified had to go through, more than 6 people can go through. Well, shit. I didn't think we had to verify. I did this a couple days ago. I'm guessing that everyone who verified had to go, because that's how I thought that it worked. I imagine it's under file. Maybe? Maybe not. Wait, what did that say? You can jump to different places in the story by using the flowchart. Oh. Wait, so can you actually go, like, back? Alright, so maybe there's not a way to view about digital roots, control during escape. That's all the stuff that we learned before. File screen controls? Oh, just... Yeah, I guess I thought there'd be a way to view things that have been said before. Unless I can scroll all the way back up, that'd be a pretty far away. I don't know if there's like a punishment for doing it wrong. Oh, here we go. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. Okay, let's just go back to the top of it. Numbered doors. The doors in front of you are repaired. The key to opening these numbers, numbered bracelets, yada yada. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find the digital root of the numbers equal to that of the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So, alright. Sorry guys, I probably didn't need to do that. I don't know if I'll cut that out or not, but so that everyone who verified had to go. My initial impression was correct, I believe.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct.
Yep.
A gold star for you, Junpei.
I got a gold star, see? Woohoo! Snake inclined his head towards Junpei.
The 9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere.
Now, either that is the case and it was because he broke the rule, or it was because he didn't have 2 other people minimum to solve the puzzle in the other room, you know? So, who knows? Like, there might have been a way to stop that bomb if you had 3 to 5 people in the room, but he didn't because he didn't follow the rules, you know? So, we'll see, I guess. Or maybe we won't ever know.
Making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity inside.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
I'm still curious if there's a way to, like, read those documents and everything we had, like that piece of paper that we had. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Yeah, just spit it out. Come on, man. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
Card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that.
Santa snatched a card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I see.
The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
Ah. Yeah. Braille is the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small, embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry, guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small
Okay, that was
smirk.
fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket.
Is it just the note that we all had, just in Braille? Or is it something unique?
I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Suddenly everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't
He's
need
really
to
beating
force
around the
me.
bush.
I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2.
Oh shit, alright.
Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you and only you with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
Ah. The function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet. Interesting.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a bed.
Okay.
The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet.
Use the dead.
But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people who you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try.
Damn.
As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be.
Alright.
You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode.
Well, shit.
In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, You need only pull the lever at its side. And the countdown will cease.
In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their numbers at the red must also verify at the dead. Okay. So basically, once we go through the door, whoever was it that used this one here is gonna have to use another one that must be on the other side of the door, I assume, in order to deactivate the bomb. Which is why he died, was because he didn't have the other people, kind of like I said.
Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead.
Alright.
You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed.
Yep, we learned that.
So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this.
Interesting. As long as the door is open, the dead will not function. So you have to wait until the door is shut in order to use the dead that's inside.
Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets.
Oh.
There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the paraxatic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
Jeez.
This is all the information which I can impart to you.
Which I can impart to you? But is that all the information? He did say lastly, though, so it might be.
How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Jeez. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams
Right.
can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
It sounds like he's dying.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
In defiance of Zero's suggestion, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened, some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
Bomb inside me.
The thought of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak.
What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Junpei looked over at the others.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask.
Yep.
What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everybody spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though. That mask, it was really scary.
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same.
June seems okay, though, now. She had the fever before. She's still okay? At least just, you don't notice it in the voice acting, but it could just be the voice acting. and the little screen that popped up of her talking. But I don't know if it was just the sight of that dead body, like, made her faint and have the fever, or if she's actually, like, sick or something.
We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's stories seem to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. I don't trust that. It occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Siblings?
Yes.
I had the same reaction to Junpei.
Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That
You do not
really
look
so
alike.
hard to understand.
Junpei was taken aback. The other seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well, and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell?
Huh, ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time.
Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time. Another hour passed, or?
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Right? Santa threw up his hands, his voice with filled irritation.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here! You really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted 1.5 hours of our 9 hours.
Yeah, we don't know how long it takes once we get through those doors to finish the rest of the stuff, so we do kind of got to get moving, you never know. But they're still not at the point where they want to comply with the game yet, so... Everyone there was already on the edge of panic. What Santa told them had only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be alright.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
Jin looked towards the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked terrified.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be
Oh,
selfish.
Yeah.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes.
So that leaves 3 and 8 that don't want to go in. Alright.
If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
That was the last
What
straw.
the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, 7 spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
They're gonna
We
split
may
up,
part now,
maybe.
but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
Well, shit.
What am I going to do with you?
That complicates things a bit.
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct?
That would be... No. If it's only those 3 going, that is 2, 4, and 1, which is 7.
7 is 7, and Snake is 2.
Oh, right, 7's going. I'm an idiot. Okay.
And
He's
if
probably
you
right
have
then.
Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital route will be 5.
But then what about the remaining people?
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14.
Right.
The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Right.
Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital route gonna be?
Yeah, exactly. Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital route be?
Oh, they're gonna make me answer it? Oh, fine. I was about to say, I'll just click through this dialogue and let them answer instead of trying to figure it out on my own. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 22 would be 4, right?
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22...
It's crazy how it keeps working out, like in that option I had before, where I tried to make it so there'd be the people that go in the other door, it didn't matter what I picked. It's crazy how all our numbers always end up being like 5 and 4. Like, it's obviously just a trick with math, but it's cool how that's like pre-planned that like the different ways people can go can still equal the right digital route and stuff. It's just kind of neat how it like works out. He repeated what he determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. They would go through door 5.
Right.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4.
Right.
Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the 9th man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
That would be 6 people too, which means someone wouldn't be able to go. Right? Because door 5 would have been... Door 5 is already 4 people right now, right? And then Junpei and June would make 6. Because it's Ace, Clover, Snake, and 7, yeah. Junpei was torn.
Should I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right, then.
I thought I was going to have to make a choice. I was going to be like, oh god.
It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed with 7 a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I do have to pick. Oh, no. I mean, if I say that it has to be door 5, then that's obviously going to mess things up. Like, are they even going to have the digital route then? If we have 2 and 4, which would be 6, and then 7, which would be 13, and then Ace, which would be 14, and then me would be 19. So we wouldn't have the digital route, which means someone else would have to leave the group, or someone else would have to enter. Well, no, because that'd be 5 already, so we wouldn't be able to have anyone enter the group. I already determined that. So I do kind of want to examine the corpse and learn more stuff, but this all lines up so perfectly right now, and everyone's like decided what they want to do. Crap, I don't know what to do. I'm so bad at making decisions. I just don't know what's gonna happen if we decide that it has to be door 5. Like, if 7 backed out... Oh, that's too much math to figure out. I don't want to sit there and do the math for, like, every person we could take out. I just don't want to mess up anything. I'm the kind of person that just settles for what other people decide for me. So maybe I should just do 4. But I really want to examine the body. Oh, crap. I'm so indecisive. I guess I'm gonna see what happens if I say door 5. I want to examine... The thing is what am I gonna learn about the corpse? Like, he might have had something on him. Snake did have a different note than everybody else. Ah, I'm doing 5.
Hey, wait.
Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking towards the door stopped, turned back toward him.
I want to go through door 5 too.
The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
Well, shit. He turned around to look at her.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that?
Well...
June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions.
Please, let me go into door 5.
7 scratched his head and looked at the young man.
Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that?
Yeah.
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us.
Yeah, the problem is that would be Ace and Clover doesn't want to separate from Snake, so...
Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Yeah, 1 + 4 is 5.
Don't go away!
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door
Now we
4
split
with the
up
others.
friggin' Clover. Oh, damn it.
No!
Don't be so selfish.
Snake's tone was harsh.
Why?
Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. God damn it. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arms around Clover. I better find some fucking shit for this. Oh, fuck. He held her close and whispered into her ear.
You'll be fine. Just relax.
It looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them.
What did he tell her?
He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Is that what he said? Yeah, what the other man had said, okay. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring.
Okay, I understand.
Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Alright, I made things complicated. Before long, new teams were assembled.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake. 7 + 2 + 5 = 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 + 4 is 5.
Right.
And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover.
And that's 5, so that's good.
8 + 3 + 6 + 1 + 4 is 22.
Now friggin' June is gonna die or something because I wasn't there to save her or some
And the
shit.
digital root of 22 is 2 + 2, 4.
Right.
We're okay with this.
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right then.
Alright, so it's about that time to end the episode, guys. I feel like this is a good point before we get into all of us going through our doors and everything. I always try to find decent points to end it, so I feel like we're going to be getting into... I don't know, they talked about me being able to investigate the body and stuff like that, so I'm hoping that something like that will happen before we get into, like, investigation and figuring out how to work the dead after this to deactivate the bombs and everything. I think we will save it here and end the episode. But yeah, it was a good session, a lot of talking. I was hoping to get into maybe another puzzle or stuff, but it makes sense that they'd want to talk a lot and everything, so... Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.